The market is feeling really bullish right now, so I want to go over a couple of projects that are really under the radar that you guys have probably not heard of that I think are going to do very well. And to start off with, we have Yoki. Yoki is a 9999 supply project that is going to be a community driven project. Now we can take a look here. The art is very unique. It has a little bit of a story behind it, and we can just see that it looks like a Dippies and like a Shaman's combined together, and it's a very cool vibe, and I do like this type of art. Now we can take a look at the founder and also the artist for this project. His name is Sared Toy. This guy does have a couple of cool connections in the space. He is friends with the founder of Lollipop and friends with the guys over at Three Landers, and that was some information I was able to obtain from the collabs manager of this project when I spoke to him. And I think that this project is somehow going to get integrated into like the Three Landers or like Lollipop ecosystem. Don't quote me on that. That is some speculation, but I believe that is a very possible thing since this guy is friends with a couple of other very cool artists that are connected. So definitely keep an eye on Yoki. We can see it's just starting out, very small amount of followers. I don't know how this is going to do. I just think that this is a little bit underrated and the art is sick. So definitely keep an eye on that one. Now to go on to the next project, we have Niwa and Kakitas. Don't quote me. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Cicadas.
Kakitas. Now, both of those projects I just showed you are going to be in the Haas ecosystem. We could take a look here at one of the projects by Haas. It's done very well. So they're going to be expanding their ecosystem, making some more projects. You guys can go ahead and take a look and probably do some more research on this, but there really is not a lot of information out there. They obviously have tons of engagement here with like literally 0 whitelist giveaways. So I think this is going to do very well. There's a lot of speculation and hype behind it. Now going on to the next project, we have Renga, I don't know how to say it. This project was literally just posted about 18 hours ago. They just created their Twitter, and we can see tons of engagement. This is probably because it's giving off these mysterious vibes. You don't really know what's going on here. There's no information out there. They have a very small amount of followers. I actually just stumbled upon this earlier today on Twitter, and I just thought it was cool that I would show it to you guys. It looks like it's going to be a community driven like art project. I don't really know too much information on it, but I'm sure I'll update you guys later on this. I think this might be the PFP behind it. I don't really know, but it's looking interesting. Something I'm going to personally keep my eye on. I recommend you guys do the same for all these projects, and just know there's not really a lot of information out there on any of these projects. Now going on to the next project, we have Mystics. This project is going to be a community led project. They already have 20,000 followers and I think a couple of days, so that is pretty insane growth. I think in like 5 days they've grown very quickly because of these trailers here. It's like this gif of a walking animation, this 2D animation that looks like Invisible Friends a little bit, and it says here inspired by Motion Marcus, who is the creator and artist behind Invisible Friends. This is something I'm going to keep my eye on. It seems that they have tons of engagement on Twitter. We can see here 12 hours ago this post has like 8,000 likes, which is really insane. It says those who interact within the next 24 hours will be reserved inside. So I think a lot of people want to be a part of this, and we can see here that they do have some clearance on their IP rights, since I think people were saying that this looks a little bit similar to Invisible Friends. So this is super cool. It's just showing that I guess the motion design school is very cool with this. They can go drop this project as long as they're just giving credit to the team. So I actually do like that. It shows that there's a little bit of professionalism behind this team. So this is definitely something to keep an eye out for. I think a lot of these projects are just growing very fast. A lot of people are just trying to get in early. This is pretty early for all these projects I showed you guys. Now very quickly going along with the OpenSea daily volume, it's been doing pretty good. We have a couple of days above $125 million and the trading volume is very good, and there's a couple of projects that are launching that are doing also very well. We have a couple of cheap mints that did very well, a couple of other projects itself that are just performing well in this type of market, which is very good to see. It seems as if money in the blue chip volume is slowly starting to flow into these mid caps, so that is also something to keep an eye out for. And also just a few updates with what the market's been doing. We see that the Vayner Sports Pass has came out. I'm not sure what the utility is behind this, but there was a couple of issues with the launch with the gas fees being extraordinarily high, and I can actually cover that here. A little bit of information. There was $26 million spent on the gas fees, and the actual sales, the actual money that was made from the sale was only $8.2 million. So there's a problem here. It doesn't seem like that they were using an ERC 21A contract, which is not a good thing because it shows that they're not doing their due diligence. It shows that the contract was probably not audited before it was released and might have been rushed. And we can see here AJV, which is Gary V's brother, is saying that, you know, he does take accountability for what happened here. He's going to try to fix it. I think I was reading through a couple of other tweets that he was saying. He said he's going to try to make sure that those people who overspent on gas fees will be somehow compensated in the future. So I don't know how that's going to go, but definitely keep your eye out on that. Now to go over a couple of other things, we see that the Alogix project did super well. This was a free mint that launched, I believe, yesterday, and they have 1.1 thousand volume traded with a 10% royalty, and that is because it is a free mint. They're making all their money off the royalties. Amazing to see that this project with the high supply plus utility that was a free mint did extremely well. well. I really hope this shows other projects that you can really do a Freeman and it'll do well as long as you're actually bringing a use case to it. We can also see that this project Everai Heroes has just been performing super well. This was a mint for I believe 0.15 ETH, and we can just see it's been going up. And this project dropped about a week ago, and I believe it's fitting the meta. A little bit of like anime, a little bit of like some other stuff going on here, but it's just doing well. Very simplistic art, and I believe people are liking this. They're using this as their PFP. So let's see where this one goes. It's 777 supply. We have Proof Collective here at a 69 ETH floor. A lot of you probably don't know what this project is. You might have never heard of it, but it's basically a collective of a bunch of whales, a bunch of people who are very smart in this space, very connected, and they're all in this group. So that's why this floor is very high. They're bringing tons of value there, and the founder himself is very well connected in other industries in the world. And why I'm covering this is because they have their project Moonbirds coming up very soon, which I've covered before. These guys will be having a Dutch auction on April 16th, and with 10,000 PFPs, I believe this will do very well. And we can take a look here. Here's some of the art. It looks like a little bit of like 3D art. And since the Proof Collective floor is so high, I believe that there's something very similar that can happen to Moonbirds. People will pre-anticipate and probably list the floor very high too on OpenSea once they mint this. I know a lot of people are going to be watching this on the Dutch auction, and I know a lot of big collectors are going to be looking at this too. And there's a couple of cool other things that you're going to be able to do if you hold a Moonbird, so definitely stay tuned with that. Do your own research on all these things. As I'm saying, I'm not a financial advisor, but besides that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.